Hello everybody, welcome to the Political Vigilante. This is a topic submitted by Patreon supporter Aleksandar Ostojić. Thank you, Aleksandar. We really appreciate that. This is basically the going into, and it's a story from newsbud.com, which I'm just learning is a 100% viewer-funded independent news source, which is cool. And this is going into why the America is pushing so hard for this, confrontation and just all-out war with North Korea. And the people you should thank is Pacom, which is the Pacific Command, and it is really pushing for this because Pacific Command doesn't want peace on the Korean Peninsula. Pacific Command wants there to be more conflict because, of course, the war machine is revving up and it needs a constant war. It needs constant, terror attacks. It needs the loose cannon North Koreans, and we've got to do something. So it's interesting because what is happening is China and Russia are trying to be like, hey, let's cost this down. Let's relax. Where Pacom is like, no, we're doing our big, drill, our big military exercise that we do with South Korea all the time, and this always bothers North Korea. Now, I'm not saying North Korea isn't, Kim Jong-un and his dad were, they're crazy. But as I've said before, they're this teeny little country. And yes, they've got, some nukes, they've got some rockets, but they're not Russia, they're not China, they're not some mega power, they're not just some massive country with a giant economy that is just, they're a communist country that has a really awful economy. And they get freaked out when we do big war games off their shores. Wouldn't you? Like if, let's say, Russia and, Ecuador or Mexico were doing big war games off the Gulf of Mexico, or like off of the Baja Peninsula, south of our border in the Pacific Ocean, giant, massive war games. Wouldn't we be like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? What is this? Whoa, whoa, whoa. And we have a wingnut dictator running the show right now who thinks Nazis aren't that bad. Hey, everyone's got a different side of the view, like it's just like Trump said the other day, those alt-left protesters didn't have permits, and is defending Nazis publicly. So he's put Nazis in the White House and defended neo-Nazis, and wouldn't just flat out say they're awful, they're wrong. He's like, well, there's two sides, they did some bad, but it's unbelievable what his response to Charlottesville is. And, well, no, it's not unbelievable, actually. We saw this throughout his life, throughout his campaign. He said racist, xenophobic, incendiary things. He was getting the support of the Nazis. The KKK endorsed him. There were people doing Nazi salutes at his rallies, and this is what happens. And the Democratic Party lost to the most beatable guy ever, and they're still trying to blame everybody else. Like, whoa, now you happy you voted for Jill Stein? What? Jill Stein and Putin, did they lock arms and prevent Hillary's motorcade from campaigning in Wisconsin and Michigan? She went against her own advisor's advice numerous times. The Clintons are so arrogant, and they don't want to help out working people. They don't want to do anything other than just get more power. And then they screwed it up, and that's why we have a wingnut in office. So we have a wingnut in office, only we have the ability to end life on this planet. Has that sunk in? Trump is talking about nuclear attacks. He's not ruling it out or whatever crazy shit he said with North Korea. They could literally end the world. He could end the world. And then we're going to do a big show of force off of their shores. Why? Why do we need to do this? I've said this before. North Korea is just like some little scrawny guy coming up to two giant dudes in a bar and being like, you want to go, bro? You talking smack? The big guys, if they had half a brain, would just go, okay, buddy, yeah, I know you're mad. What's so on, Instead, it's like, what'd that guy say to me? Like, who cares? Who cares? And I did a story on this months ago when South Korea got a new president, and the South Korean president suggested, why don't we go to North Korea with peace and say, hey, how do we resolve this? How do we come together? Has anyone ever thought of that? It's always this scared, we got to show force. It's just like greedy, scared, crybaby bullshit. And I'm so sick of it. We need anti-war politicians. We need, pro single payer, pro minimum wage, $15 an hour. We need real progressives in there so that we're not on the brink of an atomic showdown with a wingnut who's on North Korea is like, how big is that? It's like half of one of our states or something, and we're worried about it? It's so stupid. And of course, the big war machine is getting its dick all hard for this, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of living in this country and watching this crap happen. It makes me ashamed. And now the rest of the world is like, oh my God, is Trump going to kill us all? They're having to ask that question. And the corporate media, CNN and MSNBC, they're not going, they're not screaming every day, Trump, you're out of your mind. What the hell is going on? They're like, well, this is how you prepare in Hawaii in the event of an attack. Find a bomb shot. Like, they're giving us tips on how to prepare for a nuclear war, not how to stop it, how to de-escalate, all of it. Like, I'm so tired of this shit. And the Democratic Party, this is your goddamn fault. This is your fault. You neoliberals, you corporate assholes, you made this happen. You made this happen. If we had a real candidate, a real progressive, instead of a pro-banking, pro-war person, I'm with her. Oh, she doesn't have my back, but I have to get her back. The millionaire with the foundation that sold uranium to the Russians, and as reported by the New York Times, I got to be with her. Her husband got paid $500,000 to speak to Russian businessmen with ties to the Kremlin. This is the I'm with her, the woman that voted down $15 an hour when she was on the board at Walmart. I got to be with her. The super delegates that screwed over Bernie Sanders, the Podesta emails, the Democratic Party has put us in this position, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. So Aleksandar, thank you for bringing this information. One of the things he talks in his thing is a nuclear explosion equals a EMP, electromagnetic pulse, which equals digital data loss. Just a reminder, Bitcoin is digital data and it's skyrocketing. That's an excellent point. So Aleksandar Ostojić, thank you so much for supporting the shows. Thank you for sending this article in, and thank you for always joining us on the Super Chat. My name is Graham Elwood. You are watching the Political Vigilante. Like, subscribe, share, give a little money to the Patreon. Every dollar helps.